My name is David. I'm with Nicole
Hello.
and Evie.
G'day.
Good day. It's Smoke and Mirror, Stargate SG1. We were watching Wormhole Extremists. And that's Mr.
Yes.
Macbeth.
It is Mr. Macbeth.
My
So this
favorite.
episode has the story written by Catherine Powers. This is actually Catherine's final episode as a writer for SG1.
No.
And I think the title Smoke and Mirrors kind of works on two levels because Gateworld Ali Snow points this out. It's not just about the holographic tech used to frame Jack, it's also kind of a clever nod to how the show handles RDA's limited screen time by making his
Yeah.
absence sort of part of the plot.
Yep.
Yeah. Good point.
And also, I believe the mimic devices were intentionally left out of the previously on segment to preserve
Oh,
like the
yeah.
episode's
You don't
Which is
want to
good
mystery,
know.
because
which
Yeah,
is
you want
Stargate
to
cool.
actually
sometimes
think that maybe Jack would have
screws
done
you over like
this.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's kind of believable, I guess. But the assassin's weapon, I believe, is a Remington Model 700, which is a common sporting rifle. And allegedly, the show almost had to change the name because Remington wasn't thrilled about their rifle being used
Oh,
in an
wow.
assassination plot.
Yeah.
Really?
Kind of reminds me of the whole Apple thing where they never want villains to be holding any of their devices.
Merchandise. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
There's actually a moment in Knives Out. I don't know if you've seen the second Knives
I've
Out,
not
but
seen the
like
second one.
a character throws an iPad at Daniel Craig and they deliberately don't show the guy holding the iPad when he tosses it to Daniel Craig.
Oh,
So that was
okay,
my
so there's a
indication.
guy here that runs. He's my favorite. He like runs across the line of the bullet's path with his hands over his ears.
Oh, we just saw
Oh.
him.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Sure looks like Jack. And I had a set of those cargo
God,
pants.
he does look really hot right here. Because Jean Diada
He
just
does
said,
look really
speaking of
hot.
hot, just look at the
Yeah,
picture of Jack.
he
That
does look
picture
hot.
and here. He's smoking. There we go. Smoke and mirrors.
I was gonna say, like, before we dive into this episode, that I should mention that in this episode we'll be talking about three different Peters. So to keep things clear, I'll be probably just using their surnames. So we've got like Peter DeLuise directing, Peter Fleming returning as Malcolm Barrett, and the introduction of Peter Calamus as Dr. Langham. So it's gonna be a lot easier if I just call them by their surnames.
There you go.
Oh, Stargate. What a fun time it is. 1 a.m. watching Stargate. To be honest, I've done this before.
This wouldn't be the
You
first
know.
time.
No, my birthday, back from like my 16th birthday, I was up all night watching Stargate with my dad. We were watching like the best two-parters all night, because why not?
Mm-hmm.
And good way to live, but boy, am I like getting too old for that stuff, and I'm only 26.
Yeah,
So
naps become much
I
more
love naps.
exactly.
Oh,
Naps are
So,
great.
oh.
So we're about to see I think it's Mi Young Lee playing the TV reporter, and she's
yes.
actually a real BC CTV news reporter,
Oh,
Ah,
which is
wow.
really cool. Or she was. I actually haven't looked her up.
So this is like a cameo for her.
It is,
that's very
yeah.
There we
cool.
go.
Hey, he's back from his trip.
Oh, so he did end up okay, I see.
He
Okay.
did go. He did go.
I wish he was dead. Christ, I can't believe we're still putting up with this man.
I know.
Teal'c's
I
smiling a little
know.
bit. Look at his smug
I
face.
know. That's what he looked like when he found out that Apophis was dead.
Yeah, 100%. You, mate, the biggest suspect.
Well, they don't know that
No.
just this second.
Yeah, like us.
No surprise.
But they're not cheering at his death. They're subdued about this.
No, but Teal'c definitely had a smirk
Well,
on his
it's
face. I
like,
don't know if that
He
was Chris
did.
Judge trying to hold back a laugh or something. Because damn. Oh dear.
Wow.
Oh dear.
Hmm.
Yep.
I don't think you have a choice, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's it. Just don't fight back. Just go along with it.
As the Gate World reviewer, Ali Snow pointed out, the writers wisely didn't try to make us doubt Jack's innocence, like they'd already played that card in Shades of Grey. So instead, they showed his team's sort of unwavering faith in him despite the evidence.
Yeah.
It's also good to see Colin again.
I was going to say, Colin.
Yeah.
He's always here for these kind of situations, and I'm quite fond of that. It's a shame that Jack decides to go to like a secluded cabin every time he goes on a trip, because this is not boding well for him right now.
Well, I mean, I was going to say as well that it's a bit of a kind of a plot hole, I guess, in this episode, would be Jack's sort of Minnesota alibi. So if he did drive, that's like 16 to 18 hours, and it should have left some sort of trail, like credit card receipts, gas station stops, like witnesses,
back here.
that sort of thing. But like the NID could have covered it up, but it's sort of never addressed in this episode.
Well. You know, I do actually kind of like this episode, so I'm actually quite happy to be here right now.
I'm interested to see just what I think about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
This is not enough to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your feeling about someone is not going to be enough to.
Yeah.
Clear their name.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I want to kill my family, but I wouldn't actually kill my family.
In jest.
Yeah, in jest. I jest.
In jest.
If my family members die like tomorrow, the police, it wasn't me. Okay, I want that noted. If anything bad happens, it wasn't me. I'm here. This is my alibi.
So to be
podcast is your alibi.
Yeah.
So to be all things like what actually happened, the rogue NID actually tried to take him out, right? They intended to kill him.
Did they? Did they? Oh, did they intentionally miss?
No, I don't know. I think that they tried to actually kill him.
Because I always wondered if it was all just like.
Oh yes, no, they do. So I'm just remembering. Like, I won't say anything. We'll let it unfold. But yeah, I'm just remembering a bit of the episode.
I think that is. I always, you know what?
Basically, I'll just say one word: betray.
Yeah. I think I always just kind of was like, nah, I don't buy it. Kinsey did this like to himself on purpose so he could win the election. That's what I thought. So,
well, it kind of works in his favor.
It's the snide way he ends the episode.
Oh, you think he actually intended this to happen to him?
Yeah, I've always been that way.
No, I think he just made the most of a assassination plot. Do you know what I mean?
Isn't that from 1969? That shot?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, I
don't know if Sherlock Watcher can probably confirm.
He looks like Mayborn. How do you think?
That color actually looks quite good on him.
Right? I think he's a prisoner.
Death Row Gray really becomes you.
Yeah. Just have a normal conversation like it's no big deal. Okay. Well, something's always fishy with that stuff. Yeah.
Well, he was fishing.
I realized as I said it. Oh dear, Stargate. Oh dear. Oh no. But you know what? Wouldn't it be nice to kill him though?
So Lockwatcher says the staircase that Jack is caught in the video is the same staircase that actors would enter and leave for auditions. It's the production office at Bridge. So
what a great way to say
I went up and down many times.
Oh, David, stop making me jealous.
Yeah, sorry.
Were you also carrying a weapon in a suitcase?
I was not. I was carrying a camcorder.
It probably came in a suitcase about that big.
Yeah.
No, much smaller.
Yeah, it has to be, because Jack wouldn't kill anybody. This is just 50 Shades of Grey again, yeah.
I meant he has in the past, but, only for work.
Yeah, right. Professionally.
No one picking up on the fact that I called the episode 50 Shades of Grey and not Shades of Grey. That book / movie has just ruined the episode title forever for me.
Robin Christensen, what software did David use to rip his discs? My Stargate discs? It's Make MKV.
So this is a throwback, obviously, to season 3's Footholds. Woo! So it's like a whole 3 seasons ago. So it's a good callback.
I love when Stargate does this.
Jonas would know this story.
No, he wouldn't, because they wiped it from records.
Oh, really?
I was going to say, the Foothold
one. So Hammond says that they were so embarrassed, I guess, about the security breach that they erased it.
Didn't they also erase the 1969 incident as well?
Yeah, because I mean, there's that joke in, is it 200?
I wouldn't take that one
Yeah.
seriously. Yeah.
Okay. Because they were trying to convince Mitchell that Jack was his dad.
That episode
Yes,
did
yeah,
not
yeah.
that episode did not technically take place according to Martin Wood in the 200 commentary.
Interesting.
I wish we saw more of her. I think she's cool.
Who's that?
Yeah.
This scientist.
This scientist?
At Area 51.
Yeah. Yeah.
There they are. Look at those little pretties.
Thanks.
Well, Sam pretty quickly determines that they're fake. I think it kind of makes you wonder if they had to recreate the props for this episode, and that's why they look a little bit different and a bit cheaper.
I suspect that they remade them. Yeah, and then they made them again for Bounty. So every time they do another pass at it, they make them a little bit more sophisticated. So.
Yes, but I meant this one didn't really need to look sophisticated because they are, they're fakes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're talking.
Yeah. It's funny, actually. I think that I've seen this episode about like maybe 5 to 10 times, but 5 to 10 times is not that much in my grand scheme of Stargate things. So I don't remember everything about it. Oh, the scanning device.
The scanning device, yeah. The big photocopier.
Yeah, they don't have that anymore.
So a lot of fans online had some great questions about how the mimic devices actually work. Like, how do they handle things like shadows, and what happens if someone short tries to impersonate someone tall?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I always had a bit of an issue with it.
I mean, it's some kind of holographic projection, so I mean, they would bend light like any other hologram would, I would suppose.
Yeah, they're not like shape shifting, but it'd be interesting if they went to go like they would have bumped their head on something, but they're actually a lot shorter, so they actually just went right underneath it, but then like went through their face or something because it was like the fake face.
Yes. So this episode marks Peter Fleming's second appearance as Agent Barrett, with his first being Wormhole Extreme.
Yep.
And this is particularly interesting because it actually debunks a persistent fan theory that Wormhole Extreme didn't really happen in the main timeline.
Right.
So Barrett's return here in the same role with clear continuity like firmly establishes that quirky episode as actually canon.
Damn right.
So we're about to see Peter Calamus as Dr. Langham, and he'll later play Dr. Brody in Universe.
He will.
Yes.
And a sort of interesting casting parallel, like Patrick Curry, Calamus had auditioned multiple times for Stargate, and he actually told David and Dial the Gate that he almost turned down this role, feeling discouraged from previous reductions.
But then he comes back again as the reporter in
yes, in Space Race.
Yeah,
I'll leave that story
with a broken nose.
That's it's a good story about the broken nose.
I always really liked Brody. I love the role he filled as like, the scientist that no one listened to. Kind of like a very like Zelenka McKay kind of.
No, I liked his character too.
Duo in Universe. It's great.
So I think the Sam Barrett sort of dynamic kind of works. Like, it keeps us sort of guessing about Barrett's loyalty without making Carter look really naive. So as Peter Fleming mentioned in his Dial the Gate interview, Peter DeLuise helped develop Barrett into something more than just a shady NID agent.
It's nice to finally come across a straight shooter,
Yes.
Yeah.
So the NID really do have a backbone, but they're just corrupt as hell. It's kind of like Slytherin. Not everyone in Slytherin is evil, but everyone who went evil was a Slytherin.
Yeah. I've always liked Barrett. I like the fact that he asks Sam out, or like tries to ask Sam out at some point, because like, oh, okay, they've got like a nice working relationship.
They definitely do have a vibe.
They have a good vibe.
Yep.
So apparently Amanda bought her own skirt for this park scene.
Really?
Apparently, yeah.
Weird seeing her out of uniform sometimes.
Yeah, it is like kind of like unsettling, and it's the only time where you really get like an indication of the time period this was filmed in.
Yeah.
When they're in uniform, you
100%.
can't really tell.
No.
Oh, except for maybe the computers and stuff.
Yeah. When they're off base, I'm always like, yes, the 2000s. But then when they're like on base, I'm like, you can get away with it.
You can kind of forget about it, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Barrett's reintroduction kind of impressed some fans, particularly with this talk about using alien tech for environmental concerns, which is sort of a rare departure from the show's usual military focus.
Yeah, big guns that shoot good, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good. I do really like him.
I do like him too.
Yep.
Also, his freckles are adorable.
Right? So many.
So
I don't know, they
Kinsey,
kind of add to
I
like
don't
an
believe
innocence.
this. Kinsey
Yeah.
was actually working for him?
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
So he had seen the light, as it were?
Apparently, I mean, he still uses it to his advantage, but yeah.
Okay. Maybe he got scared because the blue floppy disk was copied. So he started doing a couple of good things.
Yeah. Oh dear.
But I mean, he's still servicing his own desire. Like, he still wants to be president, and he's using that.
I see.
Cannot wait to hear
Lockwatcher
that.
says the black dog in the park is Cole and belongs to Chris Crispy Barrett, Stargate Scenic Carpenter.
Oh,
Thank you,
I
Lockwatcher.
love that.
Where did you find that out? How do you know that? I don't know that.
Oh, I think it was
Might be
behind the
from
scenes
the
with the dog
Stargate
on
board.
set.
Okay.
I think the dog was on set in the behind the scenes, like with
okay.
that. With
Oh,
him.
okay.
There's a lot of like random things that you just learn from just watching that. Like I always learned about Evil Kenny because like Amanda
Evil
Tapping
Kenny,
was calling him
absolutely.
evil in the
Yep.
behind the scenes, and I went, well, that's
Yeah.
Kenny, and he's
Yes.
evil. So you know,
Poor
because
guy.
she was like, I was at I think it was Cliff Simon was doing stuff with the hand device, and Sam and Amanda Tapping goes, I'll use it for evil, like Kenny, and then the camera pans to him as he's walking away, just doing his job,
my
and it was quite
God.
funny.
So, Ali Snow from Gate World sort of praised the Jonas and Tilk partnership. So after 5 years of like Earth experience, Tilk finally gets to be like a mentor, while Jonas sort of
Yeah.
gains both a teacher and a fellow outside perspective. So it's something that we haven't really seen before. It's very cute.
We also just got a plot element thrown in here. Ones that they created themselves, mimic devices, lasted 3 to 4 minutes and then broke.
Yes,
So-
that comes back at the end as well.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. Hmm.
Yes. Thank goodness he had epilepsy.
It's funny how that can like be the thing that gets you. It's kind of like I don't know why this is what I'm thinking of, but like Richard Ramirez, right? One of the reasons they found out it was him is because he was like one of the only people to like own a shoe in a certain size of like that design.
Yep.
And that was like one of the reasons they got him. And it's like,
yeah.
wow, I can't believe that out of all the people
Just
on the
gotta-
planet,
Forensics,
Him.
man.
Unique, yeah.
Crazy.
Just got to look for something super unique.
yeah. Like for me, if I committed a
Differentiates you from
murder,
others.
just look for like poo. You know, I
Oh.
was clearly there.
God.
Jeez, Nicole. Most murders go unsolved. 60%.
dear.
Mm.
That's
You are
pretty terrible.
Greater likelihood of getting away with it than not.
Mm. Hopefully, it will get better as time goes on, as science improves. So,
Yeah.
a lot of cold cases got closed when
Well,
we
as we
started
become
dealing
more
with
of a
forensics.
panopticon with all of our technology. That's going to be a double-edged sword. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about this.
I this
forgot
as
this
well.
whole
Yeah.
sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah. They kind of he kind of looks the other way in exchange for information.
Hi, Leo.
Leo.
Besties.
So this guy that they're about to meet is John Mann as Luther. So he actually plays another character called Luther in Smallville a year later. And he's actually kind of got a sort of slight British accent here, but he's actually from Alberta, Canada. And we sadly lost him in 2019.
We
Oh,
did not.
wow.
Yeah. Rest in peace, buddy.
You say he was a
Wow.
Luther? Which Luther? What was he like? Some Lex alternative clone or something in an episode of Smallville?
I have no clue. I just read from the IMDb. I haven't watched Smallville.
Yeah, there's a lot of Luthers that come into Smallville and like random offshoots of the family.
I don't
So
think he was in many episodes.
no, they tend to not be because, Smallville likes to do what Stargate does and just bring things in and then forget about them pretty quickly. So, oh, Canada. Now that you've said it, I like know this guy. I've seen him in other stuff for sure. So thanks for pointing that out.
Shoot.
Oh,
It's
dear.
Jack.
That's
Oh,
what I'm
dear.
here for.
Oh, boy.
This is smart thinking.
Yeah, what else did he
He,
pick up? Yeah.
he looked at this gun, which apparently is a Knight's armament revolver rifle.
Hmm.
Just Leo.
Okay, I love Leo. I'm never going to forget Leo. I want there to be trivia where David's like, what was the door guy and the sniper holder guy's name from Smoke and Mirrors? Leo.
So I think it's interesting that the mimic device can copy everything about Jack except the fingerprints. So it's convenient for the plot, but kind of a bit puzzling as well for the tech.
I would
It's
think that
funny
the
'cause it gets everything
technology
else down
would
perfect.
capture your fingerprints.
Yeah, I would think it would.
Your
as
retinal
well.
scan, everything would.
Yeah, if it can get everything else
This is
right.
alien
like,
tech.
Yeah.
But no, it didn't. It didn't in this case. This opens the case wide.
We've got a new
I call
person
BS,
in.
but okay.
DJ Knight.
DJ
Hello,
Knight.
hello.
Hello, DJ Knight. Claudia Black is Vala.
We love Claudia Black. Mm.
So there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, why would they use an outside contractor like that? Like, and have it be Jack? That'd be crazy. No sense. Is it a
Pretty
floppy
sure
disk?
I owned.
It's a floppy!
Of course it's a floppy. I think
love
I owned a shirt exactly like Sam's
Really?
at one
Okay.
point with that, like ruffled down the front.
I like the ruffled shirt. Oh, they have such good vibes though. I'm really into the vibes. I'm Team Jack.
There
but,
was a consideration on the table to give them their own show for a little while.
There was,
Wow.
yeah.
According to Peter himself, Fleming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a discussion between him and Deloise on the streets of Vancouver, apparently.
This is true. Supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly. Yeah. Allegedly, it was on the table around the same time as Atlantis.
Yes.
Like when they were thinking about other ideas.
Something, right.
Yeah.
They knew that they were going to do SG1 movies in some form. But they could have maintained, some kind of a TV presence.
Bike's a bit too high.
Mm.
I've always actually found it quite interesting. It's a very, very random comment. Men tend to have bike seats really high where they hunch over a lot, like racers, while like women, for some reason, like our bikes, the seat's always quite low and the handlebar's quite high. And I don't know why, but whenever I see models, it's always like that.
Yes, there is a two different styles of bike.
Yeah, it tends to be men go for one, women go for the other.
I don't remember them keeping the foothold incident this much under wraps.
Yeah, this is really like,
They were
But that kind of thing
embarrassed.
does happen, an embarrassment of that level of proportions. You would sometimes even in situations where you have a classified base, they would even suppress some information from themselves. So to keep it from spreading.
That picture they were looking at was Johnny Cuthbert as Agent Devlin. So he gets to pull like triple duty in this episode because he also plays Jack and Major Davis. And he'll return to the franchise as Fortnum in the Atlantis episode Irresponsible.
Oh, interesting.
oh, classic.
And this gentleman that answers the door, this is Daryl Sheila in his final on-screen Stargate appearance as Man. He didn't even have a name, it was just Man. So he's been popping up since the pilot. He was an SG soldier in the pilot, cop in Holiday, and a co-pilot in Watergate.
Makes
And
sense to
he'll
bring him
return
back.
to help with stunts
Yeah.
in Continuum, which is actually sort of where his career's headed these days. He does stunts.
It's quite interesting that they brought him back from like, and he's like a member of the SGC, like one of the military. And the way that Jonas like knows him, like he has that photograph.
Yeah,
Memory
he's
where
like, I've seen him.
I've seen him working on the base.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the airmen of the game. It makes so much sense. Like, it's a cool little way to be like, hey, like
So he was wearing a mimic device.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because
He's
Jonas
wearing
was
a
confused.
device.
He was looking at the photo, like, why doesn't he look like the guy in the photo? You know?
Oh, come on, Teal'c.
He's jumped off. He's gone.
He throws the clipboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, screw you, clipboard. Like what you said, the girl on the bike was a production assistant used to bring breakfast for Gary Jones and every time he was on set.
Aww.
Oh, I love this. I love this. Boom!
I know, it's great. Right in the face.
Did he rip off the button? Teal'c just ripped off a button during that.
Yeah. He did, yeah.
Yeah, the drama.
Hello, Mr. One of the
Brody?
Peters.
Brody?
Yeah.
Peter, not Fleming. Peter. Oh, the other
Calamus.
Peter.
Calamus, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Too many Peters.
I love how Jonas went back to get that classified clipboard.
Yeah, he really shouldn't have thrown it.
Right? Yeah. What if it took off? You know?
Yeah. What if someone grabbed
right?
it and
Exactly.
just took it
We
and
have
had all that information?
we have some classified information on the loose. What? A clipboard with some papers.
Mm-hmm.
I love how Hammond mentions Langham's injuries.
Mm-hmm.
He has some injuries when we brought him in.
He did not go quietly.
Yeah. He was reluctant.
No, Teal'c's, this is kind of Teal'c's way of diplomatically saying he ran face first into my arm while trying to
be
escape.
fair, Teal'c didn't punch him. He punched himself on Teal'c's arm.
He ran into his arm, right?
Yeah.
He ran into his open hand.
Yeah.
So,
His
what can you
open
do?
bicep.
Yeah. I mean, look, David, if we were to be standing around, right, and I'm not paying attention, and you've got like your arm out, right, and I bump into it and I hit myself on you, you wouldn't be like, oh, I hit you. I'd be like, that was my fault. So
I don't know why he doesn't have a great big red whelp on his forehead.
Yeah, that's
or
true.
a broken nose, something.
Yeah.
So this is a sort of fan favorite interrogation scene, and it's kind of even better when you know the backstory. So in his Dial the Gate interview, Calamus told us about learning Deloisian, so Deloise's like unique directing style, and apparently he started by saying something like, "Big guy enters, you're scared, go." And Calamus says like his character ended up answering questions like a Muppet. But for that final take, Deloise suggested imagining being locked in a room with someone who's about to, shall we say, take advantage of you.
Oh,
and
God.
that's the version that we're watching right now.
There we go.
That's terrifying. No,
How
it
many
feels
of them
actually really scary.
Does he still have? Does he just have the one?
It's just the lean in. Nothing else.
And you hear the chair squeak.
Yep. He looks so young in this.
He really, it's so weird because he's so
got
broody
such a baby
Brody when you
face.
get to him in universe. He's so just fed up and done with everything at that point. The longer hair, I think, ironically ages him a bit in universe.
Yeah, maybe.
Jed Ted's shared a tiny little spoiler. Stargate Timekeepers, Episode 3. One playable character can use the device to disguise himself as
That's
enemy
correct.
Jafar to walk around the
Oh,
level.
that is
Love
cool.
that.
That's cool.
Oh, dear.
Guy moves like a Terminator.
He does.
Gene Diata said, what neighborhood was that house in that they went to go and see him at? Because why is it so high above street level? Yeah, I was going to say, I'm guessing it floods a lot, and Lockwatcher has not responded, but that is a question that is quite interesting. I assume that'd be
I'm
the
not
case.
sure. Also, if you watch Carter's lock picking technique,
once
she's
again,
using the tools backwards. So
didn't we do this a few
the
episodes
tension
ago?
wrench, yeah, should be still while the rake moves, not the other way around.
Ah.
That's quite funny. That I think you called that out a few episodes.
Oh, I love that. There, it's like
I
just
love how he
go
just
break
kicks it down. We're running out of time, Carter.
I'm actually needing to call a locksmith tomorrow.
Oh dear, that's a bomb.
No, I have no spare keys to my house.
Oh,
so
okay.
I need them to. Whoa! Boom!
The way he protects her, it's like, oh no, hello.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Protecting you.
So I
see
think,
the reflection of the in the
no,
car.
I missed that.
Yeah.
So I think even Fleming said that their characters had a fun little chemistry that could have
They
gone a lot
did.
of different ways, which I
Yeah.
agree with.
Oh, the codes. It's such a like
A
nefarious
bunch of
name.
middle-aged men.
Yeah. Makes me think of like Chuck with like the ring, the committee. Yeah.
So I think obviously money was involved.
Oh, he's so sassy. I love it. You can see why he was like, you can see a bit of Brody in this.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So, according to Joseph Malozzi, this episode sort of starts ramping up the NID storyline because they were planning to wrap up that whole plot arc in the second half of this season.
Brilliant.
Mm.
Ted says, wasn't sure if Jeff played through that level, didn't watch second Timekeeper stream. No, we only did the second episode.
No,
we've
only, we've done 2.
Yes,
no, we're on Earth.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There are some great planets like Brief Candle.
They could have easily made Brody Langham. They could have easily.
That's exactly right. I was literally about to say that's a fan theory going on. So some think that
really
Langham
is,
and Dr. Brody from Universe are actually the same person.
I would love
suggesting that Langham took the SGC's relocation program, got a new identity, and then eventually joined the Icarus Project.
I would be so okay with that.
Yeah.
Well, it works.
The random bit of dirt on his face.
Oh, the smudge on his face, yeah.
I know.
What was he doing? Changing the oil in his car?
Yeah.
I think it was supposedly happened when he
I wasn't there during the explosion.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it was when he kind of got up off the ground and then he kind of scratched his face afterwards. Some of the dust from the ground transferred.
No labels on the water bottles.
No, I noticed that too.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, well, they both spill their guts in a second. Oh, I'm going to threaten you with a phone call. Can't really take him seriously. Can't take him seriously.
They haven't had good luck with the NID.
No, they haven't. No, she's just been cautious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it was redacted.
Yeah. Lol.
So the president knew.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying this conversation.
Yeah. The definition of the smudge is like going in and out, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love how you just mimicked where the smudge was with your hands, even though only
You're
Nicole and I
watching
can
me?
see you. No, I just saw you at the corner of my eye because you're sitting on
Okay.
the right-hand corner of my screen.
I can't see you guys when we do this at all.
What if I pick my nose or something?
Then don't
Well,
pick your nose.
don't. I'd keep it between us anyway.
Yeah. Who doesn't pick their nose?
You can go wrist
you know?
deep and I won't say anything.
Wrist deep.
Isn't that a Seinfeld reference?
I don't know. It might be. Yeah.
There we go. Clean that sucker off.
Can't believe Kinsey is like alive. He's like, yeah, I've got Kinsey under guard. Soz didn't tell you.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad that they didn't do the whole kind of like romantic trope where, you know, she wipes it off his face with a wet towel. Like,
oh God,
she just threw him the flannel and was like,
you take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot that until now. That's one of the reasons they could bring Davis back.
Yeah.
He's about to change into Colin.
Yep. So they just found out that Kinsey is still alive.
Yes, just found out. Yeah.
How did they find out?
Barrett just told them.
Oh.
Well, I don't know how they found out, but I meant Barrett knew. So
You know, it's a really good thing that Davis didn't get promoted because the major stars are still on the corners.
Yep.
Nice little bad joke that I'd be making. It's one of the reasons why you can like tell like whenever this kind of stuff happens with the ranks, it's like you can tell when someone's the older one because they'll like mistake you.
Ooh,
I think Sam at some point they give her the wrong rank.
So a suppressed 9mm would still be audible to the Air Force officers outside the hospital room.
But if you
plus
took the
it's kind of an
pillow,
oddly risky choice compared to more subtle methods.
Doesn't the pillow make it quieter?
if you took the pillow along with the suppressor, you could probably do it.
Yeah, you could. You could.
So did they catch him? Did they catch him before you could?
Well, you know what? Let's just wait to see how it unravels, David.
You know what?
Sorry.
No, I don't want to.
They kind of go to and from like the past and the current. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, he loaded it and then put it in his trousers.
Yeah.
That's dangerous. I would not be doing that.
I wasn't doing anything. So the gentleman at the head of the committee table, committee member 3, is a gentleman called Dale Wilson, and he actually later voices Major Gus Bonner in the animated series Stargate Infinity.
Something I like to pretend doesn't exist.
A lot with many other fans. So yeah,
also,
a lot of gun
Davis
enthusiasts...
looked really hot doing that. He did very hot.
So a lot of gun enthusiasts gave this episode high marks for its weapon terminology, but both critics and Reddit fans spotted like a significant armor issue. So Kinsey's concealed vest realistically couldn't have stopped a high-powered rifle round. So while like standard underclothing vest is like only rated for handgun shots, we could argue that it might have slowed the bullet just enough to like turn a fatal shot into a survivable wound.
All right. Oh, that confused me for a second. So that was that basement, main floor, then 2 and 3. Is that what the 4 things were? Because it was B, M, and 2,
main
3.
level and then basement.
Yeah. So in Europe, we all have it where the ground floor is 0 or G, and then the next floor you go up on is the first floor.
Yeah, we're the same in Australia.
It always confuses me when I go to like the States or Canada. I'm always like, oh yes, numbers work different here. Number 1 is where is the ground level here. Sucker.
There we go. Got him.
Sorry, Colin. Ugh.
Oh dear. Oh, threatening his grandkids
Here we go again.
These are the suckers that did it the first time, isn't it?
I think so.
I'd say so.
I like that because it always kind of scared me that we didn't know who they were, and so it's like now we do. Only worked for a few minutes.
Well, apparently it lasted for 6 minutes. I think she said a broken record.
Yep.
That was good. I'm not gonna lie. That gave me that gave me PTSD to Game of Thrones, where they what's his face Lord Bolton grabs
Yes,
Robb
the
Stark
Lannisters
and says the
regards.
Lannisters send their regards and then stabs him. Oh, Game of Thrones, man, what a show.
So the Gateworld review sort of saves special praise for this final kind of Kinsey O'Neill scene, calling it a gem, and it showcases their perfectly crafted mutual distrust while setting up like kind of an uneasy alliance. And with Kinsey appearing in what Ali called as smug as though he'd already won the presidency.
They're great chemistry.
Yeah, they do really have good chemistry.
Like, if Kinsey was like a woman and a lot younger, I'd be like, oh yeah, I ship this.
He is a good-looking man.
Yeah, he is. But he's just too villainous. If you just like bring down the age gap slightly.
He plays it so well.
And Jack's a straight man, so give him a woman. Yeah, it's funny. It's the nice ones that play the assholes.
And the guitar,
they kind of enjoy it, I think, because they are good folk in real life. They enjoy exploring that other side of their kind of.
It's pretty fun.
It
kind of reminds me of like a more hate-filled Holt and Madeline Wunsch from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh,
I love their dynamic so much.
I love Wunsch.
Wunsch time is over. Wunsch. Laughing about Andre Braugher. I miss him.
I love Jack's like uneasiness. Like he looks like he needs an antacid. He looks like he needs like an antacid. Hey, he's hating it.
They did a really good job writing Jack out of this episode. So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even realize Jack was missing until just now.
See, it's very good. Agreed.
Genius.
And I think RDA's like subtle expressions during Kinsey's speech sort of brilliantly convey his discomfort and hatred without him actually saying a word.
Yeah.
It's good. It's really good. It makes me want to vomit as well.
Honestly. Lunch time is over, Kinsey.
He's like twitching. Is so uncomfortable.
He really didn't have to do this.
No,
he didn't.
He could have completely roasted O'Neill.
Yeah, like Holt did with Wunsch.
Oh, he's like, I have to touch you.
Oh, I hate this.
Oh, yeah,
it's like they point the microphones closer. So yes, let's hear the handshake with the microphone.
You just want me the election? Disgusting.
The handshake with the mic. Want to hear those palms touch?
I want to thank Henry Hayes for his inevitable. I have enough on you to get you shot.
God,
so good.
So while the whole Carter Barrett investigation sort of had fans noting a kind of X-Files vibe, Ali Snow suggests it's actually lighter in tone. So it's sort of less dark government conspiracy and more what Roz from Frasier would call a Nancy Boys mystery. So it's a clever blend of Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys sleuthing with a distinctive like Stargate flair.
There you go. That was an episode.
A better episode than the last episode.
Than the last one, which we watched, which I can't even think of right now. So.
We're over halfway through season 6. We have some stinky.
Sight unseen. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you all tuning in for joining us. Thanks for joining us on Wormhole Extremists.